Hi, I'm Evan Daly reporting for the Evening Report at News 11. Today we have a heartwarming story about an animal shelter. Bright Paws Rescue, a small local dog shelter tucked behind a line of oak trees, has become a surprising source of joy for the entire community after launching its new Borrow Buddy program, which lets people take shelter dogs out for walks, hikes, or even ice cream without committing to an adoption. What began as a simple idea to ease overcrowding quickly turned into something much bigger, giving the dogs a chance to show their true personalities outside the kennels and helping people feel more connected in their daily lives. Since the program began, the shelter has seen a 40% jump in adoptions and an even bigger rise in heartwarming stories like Daisy, a shy mixed breed who won over a volunteer on their very first outing, leading to an adoption the volunteer jokingly says she didn't have a choice in. Others come back week after week just to spend time with their favorite dogs, calling the visits their stress relievers after work or school. Even local businesses have joined in, offering free dog treats and discounts to anyone who participates, turning the whole effort into a community-wide celebration of kindness. The shelter's director says the real reward isn't the numbers, but the small, quiet moments of connections. Kids giggling as puppies tumble into their laps, seniors finding companionship on peaceful afternoon strolls, and nervous dogs slowly learning to trust again. Many visitors say they leave feeling lighter, happier, and more hopeful than when they arrived. Whether someone ends up adopting or simply gives a dog a few minutes of love, Bright Paws said this mission stays the same, to bring a little more kindness into the world, one wagging tail at a time. And now, we go to Chief Meteorologist Hayden Clare for the weather.
Thank you, Evan. As you can see, later in the week, we're expecting snow showers on Thursday, and it seems as though we have a pretty high probability of that happening. Now, be on the lookout and watch your news channels and your weather apps. But since the model is still a ways out there, like a week, we still can't be sure whether or not we'll actually get the snow or how much of this we're gonna get. Now, here's what a student had to say about the precautions in driving in snow.
Yeah, dude, it was like the craziest thing last week. I was trying to get back to school from Thanksgiving, and the snow was crazy, and I had no idea what was going on. I didn't have my apps, or I didn't watch the news or anything. I got trapped in a ditch, and truck had to come pull me out. It was awful, But this week, I listened to Hayden Clare on the Weather Channel. I'm gonna have extra blankets and some food. I'm gonna make sure I leave a little bit earlier and take it nice and slow. Make sure I got warm layers on. Make sure I pack an extra jacket. It's gonna be cold this week, so everybody get ready. You do not want to end up like me last week.
Alright, anyway, back to the rest of the week. On Saturday into Sunday, it looks as though we have rain because the Dakotas and around Iowa, they have a winter warning, and it's going to push that snow and that precipitation our way, and we have a slight chance of getting it here. And following that, we're going to have a string of cold weather. Following Sunday is Monday, and it's going to be 32 degrees from 40. That is a noticeable difference. And then going from Monday to Tuesday, it's going to heat back up, 44, 46, cloudy, strong winds, 19, 20 mile per hour winds. Then back into Thursday, snow, previously mentioned. Now, bring your coats as well as your rain jackets. But keep bringing your coats for the rest of the week because we're experiencing 26, 21, 20 degree weather, and those are just the highs. Now, be prepared, look at your news, and find a source that you trust. Thank you. Back to Evan.
Thank you for joining us at News 11 tonight. And remember, folks, make sure you stay safe out there as this cold weather and snow comes in later this week.